Hello, lovelies, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. I think the last episode we did was maybe last year, and we've been waiting for the new one to come out. So the new episode is officially out, and we are going to delve right into it for Cozy Nuggets. That isn't do that. Okay. I'm hoping it should be updated. So let's continue. I already saved it, surely. Twenty 2024 was when we last played Scarlet Hollow. Okay. Alright. Okay. So it's not my first time. Yeah, it is my first time playing episode 5. But for those of you that haven't watched the other playthroughs, we can watch the recap. So you can get into it. But if you want to watch the full playthroughs, they are all up on YouTube right now. So you can go and watch the playthrough. You can watch me absolutely crash out in episode 4. Funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt seem like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I won't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Bertie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whisper tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there is the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Oh my god, what do we do? Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. Welcome home. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. Oh, I remember Sybil. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. But listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. I'm going to keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now, anyways. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in a fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as secret hangout spots these days. You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. Kid just snuck in the shore mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do these things keep happening to me? Ugh, whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. My dad says our house is haunted. But she's interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. You turn to see Becca and Alexis gone, and Rosalina anxiously hovering in front of a small channel in the cabin wall. She freezes as you notice her. There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. But you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Keegan, you alright? You and Tabitha manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Holy shit, you're okay. Thank God. We could have all died in there. What did you weirdos do? Everything was fine until you adults showed up. Listen, Becca, shut up. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. There are two of them now. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Keegan, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. You two did right by those kids, though. What a blessing. Everyone getting out of that situation all right. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Keegan, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. I think Miles was a little shit, if I remember rightly. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Keegan, aren't you? My name's Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. Oh, I forgot about Daddy Oscar. You find Oscar in the midst of moving boxes out of the dusty back room. Its interior dark, despite the bright lights streaming through the tall library windows. Oh, good morning, Keegan. I wasn't expecting anyone to be here so early. How can I help you? He's a dog. Not only is this mayor a dog, but judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, every mayor of Scarlet Hollow has also been a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. I didn't choose the option to be able to speak to animals, I don't think. So I can't remember what I chose. Before you can catch up with your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. It's hard to put a finger on it, but something compels you to dislike this man. That's what I chose, mystical. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Keegan. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you'd ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. Oh, so there's there are two people in this game that I have a thing for, and he's one of them. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all of his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room. Hide in the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourself comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. We haven't been cleaning much. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. That sounds banging right now. Why is her name gone? Picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his Dr. Kelly. Eyes all of you with a sharp but gaze. Is this an issue with the update or is it an issue? So we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Keegan's still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. Stella has no tact. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mum just to have friends out. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Hey, you're here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Why is their names missing? Hold it. You're not taking my cousin along on any more of your little hijinks without me. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Okay, done. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch. The floor around it is stained in reddish brown. I'm going for it. Oh, this was such a head. This was so well done, and it was such a head fuck. If you want to go and watch this, this is episode 4. It's up on my YouTube. Wait, do you hear music? Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadow rises to attention. Stella? There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. It doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. And the flame. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Bullshit! I remember this. I hope I didn't come too late. It wants something, doesn't it? And I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. Let's just leave. Agreed. Sybil, you got in here. Can you get us out? Sybil sighs. Tabitha, are you sure you want to leave this business unfinished? Absolutely, this is not our problem. If you think it's the best course of action, yes, I can get you out. It's only a question of seeing through the illusion. We're in a basement, even if all of your senses are telling you otherwise. Try closing your eyes and remembering where you are. I'm so sorry, Keegan. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Keegan. I can't remember if I took on the burden myself and it took the years off of my life and I ended up as a granny, or if I went back and chose something else. I can't remember. I guess I'll find out. You don't even notice in yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. Hey, Jen. You open your eyes. It's a new day. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Deputy Franklin, sir. She was going to be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to our family. The Scarlet Hollow police are spread pretty thin at the moment, young man. Any property disputes will have to wait, if indeed there is a dispute to be had. Are you sure it wasn't some animal that took your vegetable? Sir, you know Mr. Tremaine thinks that land belongs to him. He probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Ain't there something you can do about it? Tulip made up some imaginary friends and keeps telling us that they want her to go out there. Like the word of some fictional characters she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. But she's 7. Of course she would get some funny little idea like that. I'd love to get the community to rally around a big clean-up. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Oh, I felt really bad for him. Yeah, I thought it was a creep at first, but it's all coming back to me now. A wall of bodies, picket signs, and megaphones in hand forms a human barricade around the entrance to the Scarlet Mines. Oh, it's you. Should I go? Yeah, and try not to get yourself noticed. Tabitha heaves a heavy sigh. Please, just forget you saw anything, okay? I can handle this on my own. Oh, she's so creepy. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavours into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. It sounds like shrooms, honestly. Now on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at sludge. Oh, sludge. Who's drank sludge? Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup: cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure, but we may, at the very least, be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here, a cat, an enemy lurking in plain sight. You bitch! This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing, rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa, are you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The plank's nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside, we're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. God damn! God damn! I forgot about this. Oh, god damn! As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases. His ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Oh, I forgot about Wayne. Wayne and Reese, they are the two that I'm in love with. Leave us alone. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. We're about to see why I crashed out. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. But you didn't take the tranquilizers, did you? No, I didn't. This is where I crashed out. A shot rings out. Reese's body is thrown to the wall. Shotgun in hand, your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on his writhing body. That's just Bob from the Chippy. You leap forward, placing your body between Tabitha and the whimpering Reese. He's whimpering. His face already trying to stitch itself back together as he writhes on the ground. He's whimpering and he's writhing. What are you trying to do to me? Both of you shut up and help me drag him into the safe room now. You turn to see Dr. Kelly, already pulling her son towards the open doorway. He's never been fucking forgiven to this. You sit on the log beside Stella. Keegan, how did you find me? You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, trapped in that tiny windowless room. All his greatest fears realised, his body no longer his own. But you stopped him from killing Dr. Kelly. The world, at least for now, is protected from him. And then you think of nothing. I swear to God. It's time to continue your journey. I can't deal. I need to help Reese. I swear to God, if he... okay. Alright. Guys, we're about to start a new episode. If you haven't watched the original episodes, we've just done a recap. If you want to watch the original episodes that I've done, the playthroughs already, they are up on my YouTube. Same username as on here, so you can go check them out. I'm very excited for this. The last playthrough that I did, it ended. The episode that I did was in 2024. I've waited over a year for this. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. Let me respond to these quickly. Also, if you want to come and watch me do these playthroughs live and you're watching on YouTube, you can come over to Twitch because there are people in chat. So if you hear me talking to someone, it's not the voices in my head this time. Oh, I feel your pain, Jen. I've just read your message, by the way. I'll hop in Discord chat after this. Okay. I'll just tell someone to shush. Stop messaging me. I'm trying to fall in love with Reese. A lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. As your dreams start to fade, you realize the music is following you to the waking world, continuing even as your mind re-solidifies and banishes the last few remnants of your dreams. Oh, it's the possums! When it finally stops, you're startled by the sudden silence. You're awake now, cold and uncomfortable, your muscles stiff and achy, your head still clouded with sleep. You realize there is a concerning lack of blanket and mattress. There is nothing beneath you but hard wooden floorboards, dusty and uneven. There's also a weight on your chest and claws digging gently into your skin. Get off me! Your heart skips a beat. You're greeted by two beady eyes staring down at you over the twitching nose of the opossum that lives in your drawer. The other one is crouched in the corner, eyeing you warily. You are not in your room. Start crying. Stand up, smacking the opossum away in a panicked frenzy. Stand up and get your bearings. You stand, your legs still wobbly with sleep, the odd tilt of the floor adding to your unsteadiness. The opossum clings to your shirt with its tiny claws, holding on for dear life. You must be in the forbidden wing, and judging by the faint scent of death that still clings to the insides of your nostrils, you didn't find your way there by sleepwalking. You suspect a certain ghoulish, veiled man had something to do with your relocation. Wayne. It's Wayne, the masked man who was fit as hell. The small opossum finally moves. It carefully makes its way down the length of your clothes, as if afraid you might notice it if it moves too quickly. It hastens when it finds solid ground, scurrying to the larger opossum in the corner. The two stare up at you, not quite afraid, but clearly more wary now that you've risen to your full human height. Maybe they were watching over you as you slept, or maybe they were hoping you might be lunch. Either way, you're both going your separate ways now. Kind of wish that I had chosen the option to speak to animals, because I would be able to know what they're saying, but it's fine, I'll do it on the next playthrough. There are two doors out of the barren room. One is a normal doorway, leading into what you assume to be a hallway. The other is a door that must have once been hidden, though the ruined state of the wallpaper has robbed it of its secrecy. I'm not going to yell because I don't know what's in here and it's going to get something to come towards me. I'm going to investigate the once hidden door. I should probably call someone. No, it's fine. There doesn't seem to be a clear way to open it, besides the brass circle where a handle should be. Some motherfucker locked me in here. Look through the hole where the handle used to be. You lean forward, peering into the narrow opening at what lies behind the door. It's your room. What the fuck? Okay, I don't think we are concerned enough about this. Someone is watching us through a hole in our fucking bedroom, okay? Which means you'd be able to slip right back into the safety of the rest of your house if you could just manage to find the handle. Continue deeper into the forbidden wing. Should we try forcing the door anyway? You push on the wall. It doesn't budge. You try messing with the metal contraption that stands in place of the door's handle, tugging and jiggling and pushing on it every which way, and still nothing. Okay. Call someone? I bet there's no signal. You groggily pat your legs before realizing that you're still in your evening attire. It would seem Wayne wasn't thoughtful enough to bring your phone from the nightstand. Or maybe you'd prefer if you saw what was there to see in this place alone. Fuck it, we'll yell. You yell, hoping that Tabitha has yet to leave for the mines. You receive no response. Continue deeper into the forbidden wing. You make your way carefully across the slanted room and deeper into the forbidden wing. What did I fucking say? I said shush. No, not what was it? Okay. Before you is a long hallway. Dust dances in the weak sunlight, beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings your nose. warning you away, though there's nowhere else to run to now. An ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and the staircase looms at the far end. You can't help but notice the tracks leading up and down the grimy hallway floor, and you aren't surprised to see Wayne's unmistakable large boot prints among their number. Clearly the Forbidden Wing is only forbidden for some. We're going to explore the ornate entryway. You make your way to the dark doorway in the middle of the corridor. It seems like some kind of entertainment room, the sort you'd expect out of the fancy rich people who wanted to show off. I'm losing my voice, it's another my voice. It would feel elegant if not for the massive crack that runs the entire length of the floor. The air here stinks of mildew. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There is a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict the town. Something else catches your eye too. A bookshelf, of course it does. I'm a slut for books. Or rather, what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusted hinge. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond, once hidden, now exposed by the rot of this house. I'm going to examine the painting first. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited: the town hall, the estate, and the mines, and the clinic. It's still called a hospital at the time of this painting. The church, and then there's somewhere you've yet to see, the historical Callaway/Tremaine homesteads. The faded bronze plaque beneath reads, "In commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten." Examine the space beyond the broken bookshelf. You cross the parlour, testing each careful step along the way, and duck between the collapsed shelves of the old bookshelf. The space is dark. It features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. Sounds cute. Also, anyone who is big on Egyptology, please tell me who this god is. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. Nessa, shut the fuck up. Please excuse me while I close my window because people don't know how to drive like humans. Okay. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty but mostly intact. But all of these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to the expensive-looking antique desk in the centre of the room. Examine the desk. Open the top drawer. Oh, a dagger! The top drawer mostly contains old-timey letter-writing materials, complete with a fancy dagger-shaped letter opener and wax stamping kit emblazoned with the initials ES. Underneath, you find a pile of crumbling financial documents, scrawled in neat cursive. In every spot that needed a signature is the name Enoch Scarlet. This must be his desk, meaning this also must be his study. Oh, he was cute! And at the very bottom of the drawer, you're surprised to find a face you recognise staring back up at you, an antique photograph of a young man, his blonde hair nearly white against a dark sepia background. It's Teddy. He looks almost exactly the same as he did in your vision. Almost. There's a carefree look in his eye that seemed to have faded by the time he found his way to that hospital bed. Enoch must have been lying to that doctor. If the man he spoke to wasn't Teddy, why would there be a picture of him in Enoch's study? Close the drawer. You close the drawer. Thank you. Open the bottom drawer. That's a whole lot of meds. The bottom drawer offers some resistance as you try to pull it out. It seems it was locked, though the bit of metal attempting to hold it shut seems to have rusted to the point of uselessness years ago. It gives in with a sharp tug. rotting wood splintering softly somewhere within the century-old desk. Inside, you find a strange collection of glass vials. Their surfaces are clouded over, but you can make out what seems to be paper, preserved somehow inside the cane. Oh, okay, it's paper inside the containers, a hint of writing visible at the edges. Okay. I'm going to say, usually, if you put a bit of paper in an airtight jar, you are binding someone. If I open it, I'm unbinding someone. I don't think I should open the vials. But maybe I should open the vials, because Enoch could have been a raging bastard. But if it's names and he's bound people, maybe he's bound people to Scarlet Hollow. I'm going to open him. You reach for one of them but hesitate before opening it. This is a fragile thing and it hums with a strange energy. This is... if it's a name, we're so screwed. Right? He's either bound them and he's a dickhead and this would be freeing them, or he's bound them for a good friggin' reason. You close your eyes and focus on that hum, and to your surprise, at the back of your mind, you hear it. To Miss Maeve, I know it has been several years since my last visit, but I do hope you remember the young lad who used to find himself at your doorstep more than you probably would have liked. I write you now with the utmost urgency. I'm not sure if news has yet reached you regarding what transpired just yesterday. Many lives were lost. The town is in a frenzy. I hope to mitigate some of the damage that has been done, and thus must speak to you at once. I attempted the journey to your place of residence, but was unable to locate it. You once told me of another way to reach you, and though it seems nothing but a half-remembered fantasy, I am acting in desperation. I can only hope this letter finds its way to you, as you once said it would in my hour of need. I must meet with you at your soonest convenience. Sincerely, E.S. You reach for another. Miss Verena, trouble with tea. Your presence required at once. Tea's got to be Tabitha. And another, Verena, know what you tried. Do not appreciate the attempt at subterfuge, though we both knew what was at stake here. The boy has been dealt with. Expect me this evening for in-person discussion. Some of these letters are addressed to Miss Maeve and some to Verena. All are signed E.S. You assume these have to be from Enoch. Many seem unimportant, just listing a time and place. You assume meetings between Enoch and whoever the Verena must have been. Step away from the desk. You step away from the desk. You've seen enough. Return to the hallway. Okay. You return to the hallway outside of the parlour. Follow footprints down the hall. You follow the path laid out in the dust. It takes you up a flight of stairs, the way down blocked by debris, and you find yourself on the third floor of the estate for the first time. Could be Horus. There are more... Wait, Horus is the... Isn't Horus the god of death? No. Yes. Wait. Horus... Wait, is Horus the god of the night? There are more footprints leading all the way down the hallway and into the farthest door. There are much fainter tracks leading to a room in front of you, a doorway hidden behind a stack of boxes. These footprints are old enough to have accumulated some dust. They were also notably not made by boots. If you had to guess, you'd assume they were loafers or some kind of upper low heel, representing kinship, protection, and healing. Okay. Okay. Cool. Alright, that's it. Okay. Let's approach the window. You carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. That sure is a cliff. There is nothing down below but the tops of distant trees, the ground having crumbled away. The only thing stopping you from plummeting to your death is the straining foundation that still somehow holds this place together. At least for now. Alright. Maybe the boxes from the next door. The boxes slide out of the way with a bit of elbow grease. You push past them into the room beyond. The room is coldly empty. The large antique bed is made, its sheets ancient and dusty, but still somehow giving off the feeling of tidiness, even with cobwebs stretched between each corner of its four-poster frame. Such disc. You step towards the desk, its drawers practically overflowing with stationery. As you sift through paper, it quickly becomes clear whose room this is. There are stacks of bills in Edwardine's name, filling nearly every drawer, and even once you manage to get past the layers of envelopes and trifold paper, you hit a permafrost of receipts. It seems she was doing her best to be meticulous and hold on to any scrap of paper that might possibly be important. But when you reach the bottom drawer, she finds something entirely different. Greeting cards, letters, small wrapped packages, some opened, some sealed, some crumpled into messy balls. You open one of the cards. Both pages are taken up by a handwritten note. Tabby. Hope you're doing well. Not a day goes by that I don't miss you. Hope her land treats you to your best Christmas yet. I'm not sure what sort of doodads you're into these days, so I sent a little something that made me think of you. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. I made sure they were the best shells of the bunch. I'm not sure how rare any of them are, but they're awful pretty, and they've still got that beach smell. And make sure you put your ear up to them too. It doesn't compare to the real thing, but it comes close enough. And in case you think that makes me a cheapskate, I made sure to send along a little cash too, so you can get yourself something a little nicer than glorified beach trash. Make sure you get Pearl Ann to take you to the nice toy store, because that's where I'd take you if I was there. If you get the time, I'd love to hear from you. I miss you so much, Tabby, and I'm always thinking of you. You can come out and visit me anytime. I know you've always wanted to see what it's like out east. I've made sure to write out my address on the back of this card, just in case you didn't know how to get hold of me. Been missing you, my incredible, wonderful, amazing daughter. All my love, Dad. You pull out another from closer to the top of the pile. Happy birthday, Tabby. It's me again, your old dad. So the big 20. I can't believe my daughter is such an adult. In my mind, you're still that bouncy little kid doing cartwheels on the front lawn, telling me what various sounds animals make like you're the professor of animal noises. I have no idea if you read these, but I'll keep writing them, even if sometimes it feels like I'm writing them to a ghost. I mean, we haven't spoken in almost 15 years. You're a whole human being now, and I have no idea what you're like. I like to think we'd get along, though. As always, my address is on the back. I hope you'll decide to come visit me one of these days. I've got a guest room all set up, just in case. It's always ready for you, kid. I love you, and I always will, no matter who you turned out to be. Love, Dad. There are years and years of these. The bottom drawer is almost entirely unopened. Envelopes, dated from when Tabitha would have been just a kid, all from him. You pocket a few of the cards. Search the closet. You make your way to the closet. It seems that Edwardine kept things neat and orderly, or as neat and orderly as she could. Wait, so Edwardine was keeping those letters from Tabitha? Oh, bitch. Okay. Not loving Edwardine. It seems Edwardine kept things nice, neat and orderly, or as neat and orderly as she could, considering the decaying state of the place. You can't help but notice that the dresses look strikingly like the style Tabitha wears. You can imagine Pearl Ann sifting through Edwardine's old trunks of clothes, recycling moth-eaten vintage dresses for her daughter in place of buying anything new. Who the fuck was Edwardine? Is that a grandma? I can't remember. It's been over a year. The only thing here besides her clothes and shoes is a box, shoved off to one side. You pick it up. Ahoy, ladies! Child-size overalls, striped shirts, a small pair of trousers with suspenders still attached. One of those little sailor suit boys from the 50s were always wearing. What? When you pull out the last shirt, a note is revealed, tucked away in the bottom of the box in a protective plastic sleeve. It's scrawled in an almost illegible handwriting, written in some thick brown watery ink. That's crap with AIDS, that's blood. Mummy, I am in here too and I love you. What? Your hands tremble, the note somehow making the tips of your fingers feel dirty even as it sits behind a layer of plastic. You drop it back into the box, once again covering it with the clothes, shoving it back into the recesses of this forgotten closet where it belongs. Should we do that? Should we do that? Should we not find out who the fuck wrote a note in blood? Was it Wayne? Finished with the tucked away room, you return to the hallway. And the middle room. This space was clearly once a nursery, though no child has been in here for a long, long time. Check the bookshelf. The top shelf is occupied by antique picture books. Dick and Jane, books of nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. Good choices. Good choice. The lower shelves are full of educational material, from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelf, you get the impression that the children who lived here were not supposed to be as interested in fun and fiction as they were in diction and spelling. But that doesn't seem to have stopped them from making their own fun. You see quite a few books of children's art stuffed in between the pages, the corners peeking out, tiny scribbled hands waving at you from their yellowed paper. Pull out the children's art. You reach for a particularly doodled-on encyclopedia off the shelf, its pages overflowing. If Daddy plays with me and Maribel, if my family goes to the zoo, if Mummy and Grandpa took us to work, if me and Maribel, Mummy and Daddy and Grandpa have a picnic. Alexandra Scarlet. All are signed with carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. There's a strange, fantastical element to the pictures. Everyone is smiling and sitting together as any family would in a children's drawing, and yet it feels like these are drawn in the same hopeful way a child would draw a unicorn, expressions of some reality that Alexandra could only dream of. That is really depressing. There are less joyful illustrations as well. Daddy napping shows their father sleeping in a chair, a bottle of brown liquid conspicuously drawn on the table next to him, the girls hovering in the doorway some distance away. Mummy going to work shows the girls crying in the upstairs window of a house as their mother walks away, an angry frown scrawled on her face. You get the feeling these are more accurate depictions of the girls' lives. The last picture you pull out gives you pause. There's a new figure here, seemingly drawn behind a barrier. The girls sit on the other side, smiles at their cartoon face. That has to be Wayne, the boy in the wall. That has to be Wayne. Read a few writing practice books. You leaf through the pages of the practice of a few of the practice workbooks, gently turning the near crumbling pages. Reasons Mummy should take me and Maribel to the zoo. 1. We have been very good girls and have not cried for a whole week. 2. Maribel says elephants are so big and I would like to see one. 3. I think it would be fun and Mummy would have a good time. These are also the work of Alexandra. You flip through the rest of the book, your eyes unfocused as the many practice sentences and letter copy and pages flash by, but something near the back of the book gives you pause. In a section that starts with the prompt, "Today I," Alexandra continues with, "Talk to the boy in the wall." There he is again. "You're done here. Return to the hall." Has to be Wayne. You make your way back to the hallway. Follow the trail to the furthest room. You continue, following the trail of footprints, approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. The room is starkly empty, save for a rug and a few candelabras. The lack of dusty old boxes and rotting antiques mark it as distinct from the rest of the cluttered, forgotten spaces you've explored. It pains you to stand in this space. Emotions hang over you, strong, oppressive, and overwhelming thoughts that threaten to fill your lungs. You don't feel death here. You feel something worse, a deeper loss, one that's left a wound that has refused to scar. You can't help but fixate on the carpet in the centre of the room. The corner is rumpled as if it had been recently moved. And then you're drawn to the curtains on the far side of the room. The small section of tile peeking out from beneath the heavy crimson velvet is out of place against the hardwood floor, a curious and conspicuous detail. I'm going to examine the curtain first. You cross the room and pull back the curtain. What in the fuck? Behind it is what almost looks like a shower, but in place of a shower head is a meat hook, dangling from the end of a long, sturdy chain. A meat hook? So who is breathing in my ear? As your eyes travel down the wall to the drain on the floor, you can just make out the rusty stains of what looks like long-dried blood caked in between the tiles. There's been an effort to clean it up, but just enough was missed it doesn't escape your attention. It reminds you of something you might see in an abattoir. Someone is walking towards me. I can hear it. You pull the carpet up, exposing the bare floor and revealing what lies beneath. An ornate ring of sigils has been carved into the floor, 5 along the edges, with a 6th in the centre. The circle emits a now uncomfy, familiar feeling. You can feel your gaze forced to crawl over every intricate detail of the carving in front of you. The serpents wrapped around the staff give you flashes of the room beyond the morgue and the darkness that swept through the house once it had been uncovered. The fist and chain makes you feel like you're back in the claustrophobic confines of the mind, surrounded by the angry hammering of its memories. The horns of the same nightmarish, dreamy feeling of the world constructed by the furious ghost of Charles Shaw Jr. The others are new to you. The feelings they emit are less intense, given only vague impressions of what they might be tied to. These have got to be the sigils that we've been seeing throughout the episodes. And because there's only 2 episodes left, that's got to be the last 2. Golden fields, the mewling of fresh souls just slithering out from a womb and desperate to be fed. Another that rings like bells in your mind, calling you not towards it, but away from it, pushing you from its threshold and into the darkness. But the central symbol is the strongest of all. It echoes out from the room, a vast ego proclaiming its dominance. Okay. You continue forward towards the door on the far side of the room. Look at the amount of locks! You exit into the short hallway. There are stairs here leading back down to the lower floors, but there is also another door. It's hanging ajar, the many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. The door frame itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself in the room beyond time and time again. You've been here before, haven't you? In Charlie's memories. You step forward. This was a prison cell. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with the nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window set high in the far wall is fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just beyond it wouldn't be enough to hold the imprisoned. You can't help but notice that the doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed, one eyelid drooping. It adds an extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. The pain radiating from these walls howls through your mind. Whatever lived here lived in constant torment. But the etchings on the walls are more than just evidence of the suffering that went on here. Whatever was trapped in these walls was trying to send a message to you or to anyone who might happen across it. Your eyes are drawn to the massive almost letters, dug as deep into the brick as this cell's prisoner could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. It almost looks like a word, though none of the lines meet up, causing you to constantly doubt whether they're letters at all or just lines that fool the eye into imagining shapes that aren't there. Your stomach clenches with nausea as you run your eyes along the deep furrows in the wall, but whatever was in here wanted these words to be known, so you do your best to store them away, trying to burn the image of them into your mind, carved deep into the wall, blood against a filthy brick. And then one final detail grabs you, a metallic glint from the filthy, bare mattress, a doorknob. This is what you've been looking for. Was it left here for you? Examine the doll. You shiver as you pick up the doll from the bed. Its foot reads, "Property of Alexandra." Oh, no. As you take it, a sound wraps around you. Music. The tinkling of piano keys played by a clumsy hand. They echo up a narrow staircase at the end of the hall. Follow the music. You've come this far. Clearly you're meant to go just a little further. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once a servant's quarters, a network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate, without so much as a window for illumination. But you persist, and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet estate, the echoing piano your only company. Soon enough, you see the light again, the sun creeping in through the edges of a nearly hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorienting. As you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell, the music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. You found your way to the first floor, but you've yet to confront your guide. Finish what you started from the piano player. The musician plays on as you move cautiously through the dark, the slope now so dramatic it feels like walking downhill, jagged remains of the floorboards jutting out like splintered trees. I'm a die. The flow of notes finally stops as you reach an open doorway to what was once a music room. Wayne stands from the bench of a battered grand piano, turning to face you. So now you've seen it, Keegan. Angel of music, answer his call. He makes his way down the tiled floor towards you. A breeze passes by him, carrying with it the smell from the wound that is his body. I hope you enjoyed the show. He stops just a few paces away. And I trust you understand the implications of everything you've seen. If you aren't careful, and you put your faith in the wrong people, things could go very, very wrong for you. Talk. What's with the dramatics? Isn't this all a little theatrical? There were things you needed to see, and I doubt you would have been interested in a private guided tour, not when I'm the one who would have been given it. And once I'd helped you find what you needed to find, I wanted you to choose to come to me, to know you were truly open to a conversation. I'm here, aren't I? Can't you see I trust you? Just tell me everything. You can tell me whatever it is you want me to know. Do you want to be somebody else's puppet, Keegan? I can guide you to where you need to be, but it's up to you to open your eyes. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her, pry them from her hands, and then everything should start falling into place. The thought feels slippery. You're unable to hold on to it, and the holding is painful, like you're gripping onto it in white-knuckled fists. You're forced to let it go. It fades. Unless you're already starting to forget about her. Memory is a disloyal thing, isn't it? Physical, easily manipulated. But something being missing from your head doesn't mean it's gone from the world. There's a memory that I can't quite hold on to, a thought that almost hurts to think. Keep it in the back of your mind. Try not to let it hurt too much, but don't let her take it from you either. You'll remember when you need to. What was with the doll in that room? She liked it, so I liked it too. It was nice to see it again after so many years. Did you need to carry me off in my sleep? Wayne twitches almost imperceptibly before answering. A moment of weakness. I was impatient. Why am I so attracted to Wayne? What the fuck? You don't strike me as impatient. The days grow short. Take it as a sign that you should be feeling the same urgency. You lived in that last room. Wayne cocks his head almost playfully. I did. I'd been in that room a long, long time. Though my being free now is meaningless in the grand scheme of things. The town itself is enough of a prison that I might as well be stuck behind that door. But at least I'm free enough to warn you. The phrase scrawled on the wall. What was it? Why does it feel bad to think it? I'm glad you noticed. It's a weapon. Hold on to it. Does Tabitha know about all this? Of course. Why do you think she invited you here? She didn't know me then. It's different now. We've bonded. Do you think a flimsy bond formed over the course of a week will be enough to stop the generations of expectations and duty that have fallen on Tabitha's shoulders? Do you want to bet your freedom on that bond? Tabitha will always be a Scarlet. What do you mean the town is a prison? I can't leave. No one really can. As it stands now, Scarlet Hollow doesn't like letting go of its prisoners. They may be able to cross the town line, but not without paying a price. That can be changed, though. It wasn't always this way, and it was never meant to be. We can put an end to it. I'm with you all the way. Help me stop this. Wayne's shoulders seem to relax slightly as if he's relieved. Good. Our enemies rely on keeping us divided. They know how much stronger we can be together. Be careful who you trust. I will always be there when you need me. Wayne steps away, his shining eyes watching you unblinkingly from behind his veil before finally disappearing back into the darkness of the estate. Nothing left for you to do here but leave. You make your way back to where you woke up and slot in the handle into the secret door on the wall. It twists, and the door pulls back, and you stumble through your closet and back into your bedroom. You lean against your doorframe, relieved at once again having sturdy, unsloped ground beneath your feet and moderately clean air to breathe. The estate has gotten to you. After the event of this morning, your body burns with a ferocious itch to leave this place behind, to be anywhere but here. You leave in a haze, mindlessly grabbing clothes and an uncharged phone, barely even noticing your surroundings as you rush outside, morning's revelation seizing your body and mind like a suffocating grip. The cell, the doll, Wayne's insinuation that Tabitha has known about all of this, and even more, that she has partaken willingly in your family's crimes. Not only that, but she has designs for you. Is it true? Tabitha deserves a chance to explain herself. She is your cousin after all. You'll just tell her everything you saw, and surely the two of you can have a healthy and productive conversation and get to the bottom of things, right? Maybe going to hear her side of things directly is your best course of action. Wayne, so I need to find the witch. I'm going to do this first. I'm not gonna, yeah, you're not going anywhere without doing more research. You might not have the library anymore, but Oscar said he was still going to do his best to piece things together. You're going to the old Maxwell place before you do anything else. I think I know who the witch is. I think it's the granny. But that would be so obvious. I don't know. But you don't have to travel all the way to the old Maxwell place to see Oscar. You find him standing stock still in the middle of Main Street, staring up at the now condemned library, his former home and work. His focus is so complete that he barely notices as you walk up to greet him, though your footsteps echo loudly between the rows of empty storefronts. Oh, Keegan. Tell him everything. You explain what you've just uncovered in the estate, your family's secrets, the cell. But when you finish, Oscar seems surprisingly unmoved. This town really has it out for us, doesn't it? You ever wonder why you came to Scarlet Hollow, Keegan? The real reason, I mean, because I think it's more than just a funeral. I was always going to come here eventually. It was fated. So you also believe in fate. Some things truly do feel inevitable, don't they? But if they are, if all of this was some part of some plan, there has to be a purpose, a logic to it all. You never knew Pearl and Scarlet, so why come to pay your respects? And you didn't know Tabitha, so it's not like your presence should mean anything to her. If it's fate that drew you here, then it must have designs for you, just like it must have designs for me. It's almost as if he's less interested in having a conversation and more interested in having an audience for his thoughts. I don't have an actual reason to be here either. It was family for a while, then the library. It was all just treading water, passing the years until Rosa was ready to leave. Maybe I made a difference in some kids' lives along the way. Maybe I didn't. It's easy to say your life has purpose if you pretend it does. But it's hard to keep pretending when the place you poured all that purpose into disappears overnight. And for what? Some residual stale anger directed at people who did nothing to deserve it. So why are we here in this town right now? I think it all comes back to fate, and fate begs the question, what is Scarlet Hollow? I know that look in your eye, Oscar. Whatever's taken a hold of you, nothing good can come of it. Nothing good comes from watching my life fall apart from the sidelines either. I've certainly learned that lesson by now. Should have learned it a long time ago. Maybe Scarlet Hollow is a test, one that doesn't like people running away from it. I ran away, and from that moment forward, this town has done everything it can to try and ruin my life. Vivian ran away, and from what I hear, her life isn't exactly easy. And now it's dragged you back here too for your own trial. Well, I'm not going to fail its test, not this time. What about Rosalina? You can't just rush off and do something dangerous. Not when she needs you. You don't understand, Keegan. Everything that's happened to her has happened because I can't live up to this town's expectations of me. I'm doing this because I know she needs me. I can't be there for her, not in a way that matters, until I've done what's been asked of me. I won't ruin my daughter's life by being a coward. I want to be able to help you. It certainly sounds like this town is asking more of you than it is of me, but I can't, not yet. I can't fix your problems until I fix my own. There's no library we can use for resources, not that there are any to speak of. I have no home. But after tonight, everything is going to be put back the way it's supposed to be. Oscar, I don't think it's a good idea. With that, he wanders away, still fixated on the library's exterior. Whatever Oscar is planning to do, it sounds like his mind is made up, leaving you once again without safe harbour. I need to start saving, just in case I make some really bad decisions. But where could you possibly turn to next? I'm going to someone I can trust. Wayne said I need to find the witch. I should do that before doing anything else. Maybe if I go to someone I can trust, they'll come with me. They might have more information. That's right. If you just manage to throw yourself into the arms of someone you can actually trust, maybe they can help you. Maybe you don't have to deal with this alone. Can you trust anyone? Are you fucking kidding me? Who is Dot? Stella. That's true. Involving anyone I care about putting them in danger. Who the fuck is Dot? Is it bugged? Dot. There's just no name. It's just a dot. It's just. Let me Google. Who is the second one? Because if it's Fit Wendigo dude, I'll go to him. I don't trust anyone. Scarlet. Hollow. Who is the dot? It doesn't say. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to Stella. You can trust Stella. We've been in this together since day one. The two of you have been in this mess together since the very first day you arrived in town. There is no one else you can trust more than her. Run to Stella. Go to her house. You make your way over to Stella's house, desperately praying that she'll be home. She's been in this with you practically since the moment you arrived in town. She'll know what to do. She has to know what to do. Wendigo. No, the fit. I can't remember his name. Jen. What's his name? The one that's fit as hell, turned into some kind of creature. You knock on her door. Barely a moment passes before you're met by the enthusiastic barks of a geriatric pug. You wait, and eventually the door creaks open, an exhausted Stella regarding you with sunken eyes. Oh, hey, Keegan. What happened? You look shaken up. A lot happened this morning. I don't even know where to begin. But you can start by coming inside. She reaches forward and grabs your hand, ushering you into her home. So what happened? Tell her everything. Once you start talking, you find it hard to stop. No details remain unshared. You tell Stella about everything that's happened today, waking up in the Forbidden Wing, the cell, and everything you found leading up to it. And you parlay with Wayne, and you'll parlay with Wayne at the end of it all. Jesus Christ, that's... Keegan, if I'm being honest, I don't know what to do about any of this. I was gone for a day, and it's like every single part of my life has been turned on its head. There's a chance that if we try and talk to Tabby, it blows up in our faces. If this was still high school, I'd say we'd go for it, but now, I don't even know what I'd say. I think we need a third party. We are not going to Sybil. I don't trust Sybil. Before I left, Wayne told me I should find the witch. The witch? I'm not sure we should take that creep at his word. Even if we did, I don't know where we'd start looking for a witch. Stella has a point. You have no idea where to even begin finding this witch, or for that matter, who she. Like Stella, you assume the witch is a she, could possibly be? Think harder. There's a blurred place that comes... I fucking knew it! There's a blurred place that comes to mind when you think about the switch. Less of a place and more of a location, but less of a location and more the idea of a location. A sort of almost location where you feel like you know where it's meant to be, but where you couldn't for the life of you describe it, that you could follow that important feeling. That's the general store, which is run by Sybil. Walk alongside the strange feeling. You can't explain it, but there's a feeling. Like I know where to go. Okay. You just have to show her. Sarah clutches Gretchen tightly to her chest and follows you through her front door, towards Main Street, where everything will make sense again. You lead the way, Gretchen clutched tightly in her arms as the three of you leave her house in search of Sybil. You follow that blurry feeling, your attention drawn with tunnel-like focus to the rhythmic falling of your feet, your surroundings distant and unreadable. Save for the warmth of Stella's hand gripped tightly in your own, you lose sense of time as you go. Then the footfall stops and you find yourself on Scarlet Hollow's main street, in front of an old bricked-up building that you don't ever recall seeing before. But this is it. You know it is. Oh, is this what you were looking for? I don't know, it doesn't look like there's anyone here. Those bricks are pretty sturdy. Wouldn't be easy getting in. Hey. Miles emerges from around the corner. The sight of him is at once familiar and unfamiliar. You know him. You've seen him around town at least once. The rest is hard for you to remember. Blurry. Maybe you don't know him that well after all. Oh, hi, Miles. What are you doing here? Just looking for Sybil. What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be chasing the Loch Ness Monster? Keegan wanted us to find a witch. For whatever reason, that witch was supposed to be around here, on Main Street, in broad daylight. That probably sounds like a lot. Sounds a lot like we might as well have been looking for the Loch Ness Monster, doesn't it? Look, don't worry about it. We'll get out of here. No. Witches are real. Keegan, you know it. That's why you came down here, right? You know there's something wrong. I think I did something bad. It has to do with Sybil and someone else, and that somebody feels really important. And I feel like if I don't remember before it's too late, somebody's gonna... Never mind. This was stupid. I just sound crazy. It's not crazy, but you and Keegan are starting to scare me. Can someone just tell me what's going on? He doesn't sound crazy, though. You feel an odd sensation as he's talking, a creeping recognition. But you can't seem to hold on to it, a slippery thought that refuses to be fully recognised. No, you're not crazy. There's something wrong and it has to do with your family. You draw a blank on just who Miles's family is supposed to be. But Keegan, Miles's dad is... I knew it. I knew something was wrong. But I don't know what it is. Nothing happened. I woke up and everything was normal. Had cereal and then Sybil said she was going somewhere with somebody. No, wait. The person was there too. I talked to them. And then they left and I went out to the street because the office is closed for renovations, so I had to wait outside until it was done. Feels like he's recounting a dream, the memory slipping through his fingers as the words leave his lips, leaving only emotion. This is how I felt when Dad died. But nobody's dead. Please make it stop. Sybil is behind this somehow. I know she is. I don't think so. She helps people. Yeah, she's always been there for me. We practically grew up together. I wish I knew where she was. She would know what to do. Maybe when she comes back. Miles looks confused. No, we can't wait. He tries to collect himself, wiping away his tears and choking back whatever remaining sobs he had left. Look, I don't know about her, but you seem to get that something's like actually wrong here. Like none of this makes any sense. Like this guy on the edge of town, Julius, he's crazy, but I remember him coming around and asking questions, and he always had this notebook with him. I don't remember what he asked me, but he'll remember it. You've got to go talk to him or get him to show you his notebook. He probably knows more than anybody about what's going on. I don't want to have to ask anyone to help me, but it's like I can't think straight. I need somebody to do this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again. Please, not again. Do what for you, Miles? I can't know how to help if you don't tell me what this is about. I'm lost. Forget it. This is so stupid. Miles, wait. But the young man turns and leaves before giving any further details. Seriously, what the hell is going on around here? Why isn't anyone talking normally? It's like everyone is going insane. Unless I'm going insane. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to keep rolling with it, I guess. We have a place to go, so let's go. You and Stella make your way down the road and towards Julius Tremaine's farm in search of answers. Answers that you hope will finally start to bring things to a resolution, instead of unearthing even more mysteries. Pizza Farm's about getting arrested? What? I'm on the lam? Since when? Okay. As you and Stella make your way along the sunlit dirt road, you feel it. A tingling at the back of your skull, an urgency, almost like a hand pressing you gently forward, with the threat that it might become more forceful if you don't comply. Like so much crying that can only stop if you tend to it. The feeling is strained when you try to examine it more closely, contradictory, the cries of a presence that both desires to be alone yet at the same time needs you in its presence. It's bringing something into this world, and it needs your help delivering it. You pick up the pace, leaving Stella to catch up. Hey, whoa, what's going on? You don't need to tell her a thing. Explaining will only waste time, and right now you are needed elsewhere. Stella continues to talk, but her words grow faint in the back of your mind. Your attention fixed elsewhere, your mind ceding control to your feet. And so the trance goes, until it's halted by the unlikely sight of a familiar figure on the path ahead. Good, you found your way. I knew you would eventually. Oh, not this guy again. Are you going to come with us? Unfortunately, I can't. Not this time. The witch is at her most vulnerable now. She's dangerous to me, but not to you. She can't hurt you in any way that matters, but you can hurt her. Sounds like you're the one who isn't able to help Keegan. You talk a big game, but what have you even done? Her voice sounds far away. You should be feeling something right now, but you're not. Too disconnected from your surroundings to be grounded enough to care. Know that my letting you speak is a privilege that can be revoked. I could make it so you might never speak again. Now may I finish? Kinda love him. I do. I love him. Be careful of the farmer, and good luck. Before you can react, he gives you a hard shove, and your feet are moving of their own accord, one in front of the other, set on their course towards the edge of the woods and whatever might be waiting beyond. Hey, you said you could manhandle Keegan like that. Then next time I see you, you better watch out. Stella must still be with you, trailing behind as you march onward, past the trees into the sunlit clearing where the two farmhouses stand. The trees part, the woods thinning and giving way to messy patches of scraggly end-season garden vegetables, seated in between a pair of farmhouses on opposite hills. Not that the details are important, your destination is the further of the two structures. Emma, what's going on? I got a page from the sheriff and nobody's here. Where are the cops? I called him on account of when Bo went missing, and last I heard he said he wanted to go give Julius a piece of his mind. First the sheriff went in alongside that white deputy, the one in the sunglasses. Then something happened and there was a gunshot and then this awful howling. Weren't like no creature I ever heard. That's when the other deputy, the black one, he ran in and the door shut behind him. Nobody's come out since. So everyone's inside. Starting to get concerned. I'm running out of folks to call for help. Wait, is that Keegan? And Stella Richmond? What the hell are they doing here? Hi, Dr. Kelly. I don't know what's going on with Keegan. It's like she's in a trance or something. I don't know what to do. You're aware that this is a crime scene, right? And that the cops are all missing? The talking is just noise. Their words don't matter. There is a humming in your head, almost like a voice, one you can just barely make out. but you know it'll be clearer the closer you get to the stone. You start wandering up towards the farmhouse at the top of the hill. Keegan, wait. I'll watch Gretchen, okay? But you continue forward. You barely even notice your hand slipping over the doorknob. It's going to be alright, Irma. We'll get Bo out of there, I promise. And now you're inside. What in the fuck? What have I just wandered into? There is an axe in his face. This man has an axe in his face. Wait, I need to get a bottle of water. What the hell do you mean? Oh my god. Buddy. Your face. It has an axe in it. Okay. Sheriff Hugby dangles in the middle of the room, an axe attached to some strange mechanism. What the fuck is all over the wall? An axe attached to some strange mechanism in the ceiling is embedded in his face, holding up his corpse in an imitation of life. Well, fucking okay. Place is baby trap. This isn't good. Jesus. Careful, Joan. There are traps all over the damn place. Oh my god, why is it... why is it always the head? Why is it always the head? I gotta get out of here. I gotta... Stella desperately pulls at the door, but a weave of fibrous tendrils hold it shut. Some fucking eldritch ass horror in here. It would seem that the same forces that let all of you in refuse to let anyone leave. Oh, that's just fabulous. I'm so glad I brought Stella along for the ride. Bless her heart. She's going to be scarred for life. Girl's going to need so much therapy. Take a deep breath, Stella, and stay right where you are. We're all going to get out of here. Okay. Wow. Okay. I have got a feeling we're not. But, okay. Get the fuck on. Okay. Stella is not doing good. Stella is struggling. Okay. Alright. Okay. She slumps against the wall, tears streaming down her face, down her cheeks. Stella, maybe don't. Past the body, you can see a giant pumpkin through the door to the garage. Cracked open, its guts strewn across the floor, seeds dotted across the hardwood like a trail of breadcrumbs leading to the basement stairs. What the hell is going on here? Derrickson, is the doc here yet? We need a medical professional down here. Bro, we don't need a medical professional down here. We need a coroner, okay? He's dead. There's an axe in his face. His voice is coming from the basement. That's where you need to be. He's been shot, Joan. I think you better call somebody. The doctor's here. Julius, you should let her come down. You don't really want the officer to die down here, do you? I don't trust you, Avery. I'm not the one blocking the stairs. I'm not the one you've got to convince. Who is this? It's someone I can't remember. That's why it keeps coming up. Lars, like he looks dead, right? There is someone that it's not showing me the name of. That we've forgotten. Who am I forgetting? It's the girl with the braids, the black girl with the braids. Her. Everybody shut up. Avery, that's your name, right? Get pressure on that wound. Yes, ma'am. Get away from him, kid. It doesn't sound like her, though. She was so sweet. But the doctor... I don't care. Let him bleed. You're only making problems for yourself, Tremaine. Dr. Kelly quickly pulls out her phone. Damn it, there's no signal in here. What the hell are we supposed to do? But you already know what to do. Approach the basement. You're vaguely aware that Officer Derrickson is trying to stop you, but he's too nervous to take a step. You reach the basement door and start to claw at the weird, fleshy vines blocking your way. They're strong, but they relent under your touch, welcoming you down below. Who the hell is this guy? Yeah, who the hell? Enoch! So you tried to undermine me, witch. I should have known you tried to find a way around the rules. You've trapped the town. This isn't what any of us wanted. You should nullify the deal before this gets any worse. So the witch isn't the baddie. I didn't think so. It's just unhappy. I didn't think something like that would be so opinionated. I have a plan to placate it. If it wants a less broken body, it can have one. Then we'll see if it still feels cheated enough to hold a grudge. It's not too late, Enoch. You can let Eddie have the baby, and your family can go back to normal, happy and unburdened. I'll clean everything up. It'll be like nothing ever happened. I'll even leave town. Manipulative hag. That's what you wanted all along, wasn't it? This whole ordeal was just an opportunity for you to have access to it. Well, I know better than to hand an ounce of power over to you, Verena. Who the fuck is Verena? The one who was writing letters to. Our partnership has come to an end, witch. I will be continuing on with my business, and you should be grateful that I let you continue on with yours. This is who he was writing letters to and meeting with. One of these days, Enoch, someone will be strong enough to do what needs doing. I can wait. I can wait a long, long time. Hey. You're not dead, are you? Well, witch. Verena. Who the fuck is Verena? Only witch I know about is Sybil. If she hasn't already fucked this up enough, she's got another thing coming if she thinks she can go back on our deal now. I'm getting what she promised me. What did she promise you, Juliet? Whatever she sent you for, I'll shoot you before you do it, so don't even try. Hey now, nobody has to get shot. Nobody else. I'm sorry, Franklin. What are you sorry for? You aren't the shooter, or the one who got shot. Okay. Oh my god, that is a weird little baby. Your vision finally focuses and your mind is once again your own. Avery watches you furtively from across the room. The man, Julius, holds a gun in a silent threat. Franklin clutches at a nasty wound in his side, blood spilling out onto the dirt floor of the unfinished basement. And in the corner is Bo. Something is attached to him, the source of the awful noise. It stutters with pained inhalations. Bo is still breathing, but he doesn't look well. Weird little baby. It's a weird little baby. Look at it. It's a weird little baby. Oh, it's a weird little baby. Move. The stone brought you here and stuck you in the middle of another nightmare. Keegan, we can't get to you. The door sealed shut. Even as she yells to you, her voice is faint, barely audible behind the now thickened roots and vines that block your escape. Let's bring Keegan up to speed, Julia. She looks a little shell-shocked. A little? I just saw a man with an axe in his face. Is it one? It moved. It moved. Am I insane? No, it's moving. Creepy little thing. Where do I fucking begin? Alright. So the witch. I caught her doing some shit she shouldn't have been doing, and she offered me a deal if I kept it to myself. Always wanted to raise a boy of my own. God never saw fit to give me the chance. She gave me the means to right that injustice. Only it obviously didn't go quite the way it was supposed to. Calloway's interfered, just like always. Made it so I had to hatch him earlier than he was hatch him? hatch him earlier than he was ready, and he came out hungry, too hungry for me to handle. This is why we needed the fit dude, the doctor's son, because he so handle shit. He kept trying to get at me, so I had to hole up down here. Been stuck since fucking Wednesday night. Damn roots won't let me leave, and they've clogged up the drain, so I haven't been able to call that witch and get her to make things right. But I'm a man of preparedness. Figured I could wait it out until Bo here decided to trespass. Guess he lost a tussle with my boy, and the two of them wound up down here with me. And that about sums it up. I guess in the end it's only fair. Son for a son. And birth ain't ever pretty, is it? It's not like doing it the old-fashioned ways, all sunshine and roses. Okay, I'll agree with you on that one. Just hope he winds up looking more like a person when he's done cooking. Sir, your child is a pumpkin. What the fuck is this? What do you mean? I don't give a shit about your story, Tremaine. None of that gives you a reason to shoot a cop. Self-defense, castle doctrine. You said you've been down here since Wednesday. Why didn't you call anyone until now? Because this was my business. You city people have no true concept of privacy, do you? But I'm not so prideful that I can't admit that this particular situation got out of hand. Do you fucking think, Julius? Do you think there is a man upstairs with an axe in his face? You have a pumpkin child attached to him. What do you mean? Things got out of hand? You think? It's that damn witch's fault. She knew this would happen. All this was a long con to get me out of the picture. I'd bet anything. Part of me only wants to survive all this unscathed so I can rub it in her face. I'm gonna ask Avery. Avery, what the hell is going on down here? You don't have to answer, kid. I don't need my business explained to every stranger who decides to pay me a visit. It's okay. Keegan has been through a lot of stuff like this lately. She must be an expert at this point. So, Julius hatched a baby out of the pumpkin. The really big pumpkin? I knew it was a pumpkin, kid. You probably saw it upstairs. And then he was stuck in the basement for a couple of days while it was upstairs crawling around looking for food. Then, unfortunately, Bo showed up. All I heard was some yelling and crashing around up there. Then I wound up with this shit on my hands. So I called the kid to come try and help me sort it out. That's me. Julius thought my plant expertise would come in handy. Can't say it's been that helpful though. I feel like the baby is freaking out more than ever. Getting out of Bo without killing him doesn't seem easy or possible. Would have been easier if everyone in this town hadn't decided to show up uninvited. And why is Deputy Franklin shot? All I did was walk in. You can't just walk into a man's house and expect to have a run of the place. You were getting ready to pull out your gun. I was defending myself. Bo, can you hear me? Are you alive? Uh-huh. Gotta get back to Mama, worrying about me. Oh. I think I can see it. Look, all those bumps under his skin. That thing really did go deep. Oh my god. That thing is my son, and you will address him. That thing is a pumpkin, sir. What the fuck are you talking about? That's a whole pumpkin. It came from a pumpkin. Sorry, Julius. Listen, clearly you need something. You woke up talking about the witch. You want to know where she is? I can tell you how to find her. If none of you does anything stupid, then I'll tell you what I know. Sound fair? What the fucking hell was that sound? The conversation is interrupted by Bo shifting uncomfortably as the creature lets out a guttural moan. Please don't do that again. So what? We're just supposed to just wait until the Calloway kid dies? That's exactly right. My kid gets born and we all forget this ever happened. How do you know it will stop the boat? It sounds like it was hunting you before it found him. What happens when it gets hungry again? I don't appreciate you trying to pick all this apart. Just sit there and stay quiet and we won't have trouble, got it? It won't get the chance to go after Julius. I'll be taking you in. Not if you hurry up and die. Does your son have a name? You don't name a kid till after it's born, even I know that. Sir, I think it's been born. Okay, I'm just gonna say. Bad luck if you do it early. Can it talk? He's barely a day old. Of course he can't talk yet. Oh, I don't know. He came from a pumpkin. It's not exactly like normal circumstances. And it's making noises. It kind of sounds like babbling, right? Like babies do. How about it, baby? Can you say mama? What the fucking hell? The baby makes a horrible sound that is not even remotely similar to mama. Okay. Very squirms with discomfort. The baby seems to be digging deeper. Shit. And what exactly happens after this thing is finished? Do you think it's just going to be a normal kid? Would you say that about those little premature babies they're keeping in the incubator? They didn't come out of a pumpkin, my dude. We don't know what he's going to look like, but that don't matter because he's my son and I love him and I know he'll get big and strong if he just gets himself enough food. Even if he doesn't change, he's kind of cute like this anyway. Avery, can you not validate this bullshit? Definitely weird, but cute. Is there really no way we could separate him from Bo? Maybe if we offered him something better. This ain't a debate. Shut up or I'll shut your mouth. Bro, I will fuck you up. Okay? I don't know, Julius. I still think there's something we're missing, and if Keegan thinks so too, maybe it's worth talking about again. That's why I'm here in the first place, right? To come up with some other solution. And you and I already decided this was best. That discussion that we had and done with before anyone else even showed up. Look, baby, shut up. Bo twitches, his skin blossoming with fresh bruises. The thing takes more of him. Stop eating him. What is that thing doing to Bo? He's fertilizer. You, sir, you need to be medicated. He's a person. Thank you. Not anymore. He's a body that just happens to be still moving around. What? If my boy had the time he needed, he wouldn't be doing all this. He could have been born quietly in the field like he was supposed to, but he came out too early. An exchange has to be made. That's what the crone always said, so I'm exchanging. But does it have to be him? Could we move it to somebody else? Any volunteers? You! You should volunteer, motherfucker. You want the baby so bad. Avery slowly raises that. Don't you dare, Avery! Put your hand down, kid. That was one of them rhetorical questions you weren't supposed to answer. I wouldn't do this to you. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell is happening right now? Besides, my boy's got the biggest hunk of meat in the room. I think he's happy with that. I doubt he'd give it up easy. I get the feeling tearing him out wouldn't be so good for Bo either. Oh, fucking hell. What were the terms of this deal you made with the witch? When I caught her doing what she was doing, she offered me this ritual thing in exchange for my silence. Offered it right away, but she could just see right through me, knew exactly what I wanted most. I suppose what she didn't know is I'm not the kind of man who turns someone in. Anyway, her business was her business. She didn't have to bother keep giving me some recipe to cook a boy from dirt, blood and pumpkin seeds, but I took it anyway. Then I just sat on it for a while till a moment of weakness. What was the ritual? Did you do something to Duke's pumpkin? It wasn't his damn pumpkin. It was on my property. And the only reason it got as big as it did was because I fed it my own blood every night since the day it was planted. Bleeding on the dirt like some kind of Satan worshipper. If that don't make it mine, I don't know what does. God knows I felt crazy doing it though. But I'm not proud to say my judgment was a bit clouded. I was in a bad way. The thought of bringing a boy into the world was just about the only thing that made me feel like I should stick around. Not that any of you need to know that. Only serves as explanation as to why I trusted her in the first place. Miles said you had a notebook, that you've asked him a lot of questions. He sent me to you to get help fixing something that's wrong with the world. I don't go around showing my notebook to just anybody. For all I know, she sent you up here to test whether I'd be able to keep my mouth shut or not. But that's some extremely vague shit anyway. What am I supposed to do with that? I don't know what the hell's wrong with the world. I've been stuck in my basement for the past 2 days. What the hell do I know about what's going on out there? Can't even get in contact with the old Chrome because the tap's all clogged. Not that I didn't fucking try. If it's Miles, did something happen to Sybil? He would ask her for help if she was okay. Maybe she's in trouble. As if that hag would never get into any trouble she didn't mean to get into. Not that you'd be able to understand that. Not with all the tea she pours down your throat and the throats of damn near everybody in town. She's got just about everyone convinced she's God's gift to the holler. Okay, you need to stop it. Alright? The things under Bo's skin shift, writhing in an imitation of clenching muscles. Stop eating Bo! Stop it! Oh no! Oh, it's both! Oh, it's both! Oh. Maybe if we let Dr. Kelly know she can help, we might save Bo without killing your son. I don't know if Julius is the one you have to convince. The baby is pretty freaked out right now. It's been getting worse since everybody started coming in. It's trying to protect itself. That's right, my boy's got excellent instincts for self-preservation. Your boy is a pumpkin! So unless he decides to let her come down here, we'd best leave it be. Fuck. Did the witch tell you how to take care of this thing once it's done? It's meant to be a kid when it's done. Other people seem to figure out how to raise those all the time. Don't need her giving me no parenting tips. I don't think you're fit to be a parent, I'm not gonna lie. Most babies don't eat people to live. He's got a point. This doesn't seem that unusual to me, actually. Isn't this kind of what babies do to their mothers? It's not like they're eating takeout in there for 9 months, you know? Exactly what the kid said. Shut up, Julius. Bo seems in a bad way. His eyes are glazed, his jaw slack except for where the roots of the child like thing are holding it in place. His body can't take much more. Fuck! He's gonna die! What do I do? Fuck, he's gonna... What kind of man lets another man make his sacrifices for him? The hell would you know about being a man? Grow up hair, then tell me how you go. I've got a pair, they're on my chest. Come at me. You know, I'm a man, Julius, and I think you're a coward. Correction, Franklin, you're a pig, not a man. You sold your soul for some donuts and a shiny badge. Okay, I'm not going to argue with that. You know, Julius, I actually think Keegan might be onto something. It's about connection, you know? You're having a stranger make the connection that should be yours. No, I'm not getting guilt-tripped into dying today. This is my one chance for things to go right in my life. Everybody else got their chances already. Don't I deserve mine? I came this far. Don't I deserve to see my boy open his eyes for the first time? It is a pumpkin. Julius, dude, we've got to do something. Bo's in a lot of pain. This can't be what was supposed to happen. Have you thought about what happens after this, Julius? The sheriff's dead. I should have disarmed that trap. I knew it. I just didn't think anybody else would come in. Don't blame yourself, kid. The sheriff knew better. That's why none of these boys ever come round here. They know they've met their match. And to answer that thinly veiled threat of yours, I can't say I give much of a shit. Right now, in this moment, I'm here and my boy is here and we've got our happy little... You are fucking insane. You're going to be tried for murder, Tremaine. But Julius doesn't answer. He just watches in silence as the shriveled creature continues to slowly kill Bo. I run out of time. I didn't say. Oh, fuck. He's armed. He's got a fucking gun. I can't just... If I go to kill the baby, he's going to shoot me. In the end, you don't do anything other than talk while the creature finishes its work. This isn't the time and place for you to make a choice. Even if that wasn't the case, it's too late to make any other choice now other than the continued inaction. You watch as the thing slowly solidifies. It grows more confident as Bo grows shallow. I can't let this happen. He attempts to lean forward, reaching with a bloodied hand for the gun, but he winces, his hand pausing and falling back to his side. That's right, just sit and watch. I think I've put enough holes in you already, you don't need another one. Isn't somebody going to do something? Everyone watches each other with unease. Give me an option! Is it alright if I sit by him? Sure, but I'll shoot if you make any moves because I don't want to, but I will. Avery shifts closer, settling closer to Bo. They take his hand in theirs, which doesn't seem to do anything to comfort the man as the roots sink deeper, taking more. I'm sorry, Bo. It'll be over soon, okay? You're not alone. Nobody should die alone. I can't die. Mama would be sad. No! But he does. The thing finally pulls away from what's left of Bo, and in place of the dead man's breathing, its ungodly cries fill the room. I just killed a man. No, I watched him die. I killed you, or at least I would have if you ever finished dying. Oh, the creature's connection to its womb has been severed and the house groans unnaturally, straining under the weight of the meat that infiltrated its walls. The faucet in the corner of the room finally unclogs, bursts life and water pours out onto the dirt floor. You want to contact the witch? Well, here she comes. The water is how I do it. Spring water. It's like her internet. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Did she tell you what you're supposed to do with it now? Do you know what it eats? I mean, what else it eats? Your hands are wet, the water is spreading, falling around you, making the floor slippery with mud. We're not calling him it. He gets a proper name now, Joseph, after my father. And I brought some baby food. You think he'll like cream spinach? Are you fucking mental? The water is suddenly much higher. It rises up past your ankles. The basement is flooding. Am I the only one paying attention? It's up to your chest now. There's no denying it. What are you talking about? There's no water. Yes, they're fucking it. Okay. If there is, he just can't see it because his words are swallowed by the flood. What the fuck is happening? You feel like you're choking. The water is in your lungs, or there should be. Your ears are filled with the sound of rushing current. It's cold and dark, and there are people screaming somewhere. There are bodies in the water with you. They're all dead. 1,000 corpses, 1,000 homes, all torn to pieces. But the flood recedes. It hasn't happened yet. You are the mother of the daughter, and your daughter has told you about her terrible dream. It's going to kill everyone. You're not the one who had the vision. Not yet. It has only been described to you by the daughter you have been teaching, as your mother taught you. You're the only one who can stop it, Mother, but you won't be strong enough. Her words are heavy. I don't like the fucking Atropos ass scissors that are cutting fate lines. Oh my god, I hate. I love it, but I fucking hate it. How do you save him? How do you save him? What the hell was the option to save Jen? Can you please Google it and tell me what the hell the option was to save Bo? Because could he be saved? I'm sure maybe it's only a dream. It's not a dream. You know, I've seen things before and they've always been true. Take my power, mother, I give it willingly. It's the only path that leads to anything but death. They would live, but you'd die. It's not death, mother, it's return. And what's one life against 1,000? Your daughter is confident. She has already decided that this is what has to happen. Oh my god, what do you mean? What the hell? What the hell? Oh. Accept and take your daughter back. You accept your daughter's decision. She is not the child she once was, and there is confidence in her that you have no choice but to respect. Using the keen eye. I didn't have keen eye. Wait, I did. To share the burden of his plant baby. I did that. I did that. I did that. I used the keen eye trait. I have keen eye. Do I have keen eye? I do have keen eye. Why the fuck didn't it give me the option? Saving Bo usually results in someone else, such as Deputy Franklin, dying, or you must let them. So you have to choose between Bo dying or Deputy Franklin dying. Oh, this game. You take her back. Her power becomes yours. The flood does not come. The village is saved, and no one ever knows the sacrifice that was made for their lives. No one but you. Years have passed. You outlive everyone you used to know. You move on. You meet new people. You start a new life. You have another daughter. This time the vision is yours. The piece of your first daughter that lives in you shows you what is coming. Rotten bodies in the streets, the smell of sickness on the wind, church bells ringing for an endless parade of funerals, an entire city whose gates will never reopen, everyone inside the walls falling to the curse of plague. You are among their number, your body no longer strong enough to heal even itself. You are not enough to stop it. Not as you are. There is another path, a narrow thread. If you were stronger, you could tug at it and unravel the tapestry of the future. Mother, what's wrong? Your daughter will never be as strong as you are, not after what you had to do, but she still carries in her some strength, enough. Explain it to her as it was explained to you. You tell her what's coming. You explain what she has to give up, what you both have to give up. You love your daughter, after all. You will miss her as you miss your first daughter. This is killing me. Alternative no trait, you can choose to kill the homunculus, which saved Bo, but triggers a scene where Julius fires his gun, likely resulting in a fatality, either you, Bo, or the deputy. Well, fuck. She is angry. Even when you try to explain that she will be a part of you, that she won't die, she cries and cries, and she tries to run away from you. Fate is attempting to cut its loose thread. She made her choice. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to her. I'm not going to chase my daughter and kill her. I told her the situation. She's the She's refused. I'm not going to force it. No, let her go. Give up on the sea. Preventative action. If you bring Tabitha and ensure Duke is still alive, his presence can influence the outcome. Oh, shit. Duke's dead. Though the keen eye option is the most reliable way to save everyone involved. Well, I was fucked from the get-go. Your daughter leaves you. You resign yourself to the future. She is one of the first to die. The streets flood with disease and the bodies are buried, then burned, then left in heaps on the streets until no one is left to remember any of their names. But that's not how it happened. The entire city rests on this decision to stop her from leaving. Are you kidding me? It's not a choice if you're going to force me to make it. What do you mean? You do not let your daughter run from you. No plague comes. The city never knows that it would have been a ruin. Oh my god! But there is an unhappiness in you. She didn't understand, and what you took of her is angry, confused, restless. You will have to carry that with you. It is part of the burden of what you are. Fuck me. Though no one knows the depth of what you have done, over the years you have not escaped notice. You find yourself in a capital, in a place whose name has changed too many times to count. A war is brewing. The eyes of those who hold fate in their hands are on you, their lips asking which threads to pull and which to cut. So I'm an oracle. And the tapestry is once again revealed to you. The war rages and it never stops raging. Bleeding that spans generations, children born to die, decades of pain that will leave a raw wound on the world. Or it ends before it begins. The few die for the sake of the many. You can guide powerful hands to crush those that need crushing, if only you have more power of your own. You call your daughter to you. Can we stop killing her daughters, please? That would be great. You raise them differently these days. The disquiet left by the reluctant daughter taught you a permanent lesson. They don't need convincing anymore. They are ready to return to you when you need them. Fucking hell. Oh, she won't understand it if I let her be free. She'll be like, will you raise me and I don't understand this. This is the darkest episode yet. I can't. Take her back and stop the war before it starts. This daughter joins her sisters easily, as she has been trained to do. You're the only one who will remember her sacrifice and her name. The small rebellion is crushed before it becomes a revolution. A revolution? The people in power are happy. That's not what I wanted. You leave. You don't want to see any more visions of war. You set your sights on a place where there are no kings. Oh my god. And yet, even an ocean away, power finds you, a man of aspirations. Anyone can hold power here. You have discovered if they are vicious enough to want it. Oh my god. Look at the hand gesture. Guys, I'm just saying. The hunger in him senses the power in you, and for a time you humour him. You allow him to give you a life of comfort, you and your daughter. Stop having daughters, I fucking beg of you. You don't see a future where he ever grows more powerful than you can imagine. Not until the vision comes. A war like none the world has witnessed. A fledgling nation devoured in the nest. A man who sits on the throne where none was meant to be. The world under his cruel fist bowing to its crushing weight. The very ocean stained red by his influence. He is already on his way. You realise too late. You have been too close to him to see it. Your choices have already narrowed. The war is coming whether you strike now or not. the loose thread sticking out from a mass of blood, with you too weak to grasp it. But you have a daughter. You always have a daughter until you don't. Oh my god. Kill him. Oh, this is, oh, I don't like it. She joins her sisters, as is her destiny, and you remove him from the world. The hole where he was is filled by lesser men, none of whom remember whose shoes they're stepping into, and none of whom can hope to command the way he would have. Blood is spilled, less blood, but you still feel every drop. What the fuck? You hide yourself away from the world. You and your daughter. The visions still find you, but here they are small. The decision's simple. You make them all the time, helping where you can. A storm halted, a conflict settled. Until one day, when you are shown a dark pit. Splintering wood, debris trapping everyone inside, bodies burning as the very rock catches fire, children screaming as their flesh bubbles, then silence his lungs fill with smoke. It's got to be, is this going to be Scarlet Hollow falling into the mines, like taken over by a giant sinkhole or something? You know, the choice that lies in front of you. Fuck. I've got a feeling if I take her back, it's going to kill the black girl with the braids, because we couldn't find her anywhere. And if I don't take her back, Scarlet Hollow is going to fall into the mines. I've got a feeling. Shit. I don't want to make this decision. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Not this time. You take your daughter's hand and you look her in the eyes. They're green, like yours. You don't want to do it this time. You stare out over the hills together as a plume of smoke rises in the air. But you can't hear the screams from here. You assume you will die one day, like anyone else. After all, you're long past due. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to know your grandchildren before you go. Then the man comes, and with him a vision. He has already decided. He is bringing something here, something ravenous that doesn't belong, but that has been pressing at the edges of your world, trying to find a way in. It has its way now, whether you help him or not. More of the thread you followed comes into focus, and for the first time you follow it beyond your death. Disaster after disaster, crisis after crisis, thousands of years of little cuts that you weren't there to mend. On and on it goes, longer than you can ever hope to follow, its toll eternal and incalculable. But there is a new threat too. If you are patient enough, if you are strong enough when the moment finally comes, if you do everything right, you can devour this thing that sits outside the world. And it will give you so much power that you will never have to take back a daughter again. You could fix as many things as you'd care to fix. Floods, plagues, wars, kings. You look into her green eyes, so much like yours. You can't. But you did! What? Why give me the option? Why give me the option? But you did. Fuck. off. Take her back and summon the enemy into the world. I guess it's fate. You can't fuck with fate. It's already happened. You welcome her back as you have with every daughter before her, and you help the man. Why would we help the man? Why did you help the man? He is arrogant. He cheats the thing from another world in every way he can. He wastes your time. There will have to be more daughters before the day comes that this will be before the day comes that this will be over. But days and daughters come and go, and you are very patient. You have to be. If you were to stop the hurt that would scar a world without you there to guide it. And now here you are, on the cusp of the end, the final daughter. I knew it was her! Kanika. Keegan, what are you doing here? Are you real? No, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a dream or not. I've already made my decision anyway. Don't bother trying to talk me out of it. I finally have a real purpose. And now that I know what that purpose has always been, I can't go back, or it would hang over me for the rest of my stupid small life. I saw your brother today. He didn't understand what was happening, but he was so upset about it. He's most of the reason I even found you. Miles? But he doesn't even like me that much. He always thought I was bossy and annoying. He was upset? It must just be because he doesn't remember how much he hates me. If he did, he wouldn't feel that way. What exactly is she trying to prevent? Do you even know? That thing that Enoch brought. Whatever it is, breaking out and causing havoc. And all those disasters my mum would be able to stop if she takes its power for herself. It's so much smaller than all of that, but in this moment, I can be what stops it. I can be big enough, my life can be meaningful. Do you really feel like you have to sacrifice yourself for your life to have meaning? Working at a shitty little general store in a dying town? Yes, I would call that pretty meaningless. You know, I don't think I've ever seen you without glasses before. It suits you. Huh? Of course, I should have known better than to think I could hide you from Keegan. I wasn't trying to trick you for what it's worth, though I'm sure that doesn't sound very truthful. Please try to trust that it's all in your best interest. You bitch. I knew it. I knew it. I fucking said it was gonna be her and her daughter. I knew it. I said it. I knew it. I'd hoped it would all be over before you could find me. I know it can be unpleasant to watch. I'd hoped to spare you, even if I knew in my heart that all the worthwhile roads for you to walk would bring you right here before I could finish my work. But you know this has to be done. To save you, to save Tabitha, to save everyone in town. Haven't they all been stuck long enough? Kanika can't save them on her own, but I can. I wish this wasn't how it had to be, but it's the only way your story gets a happy ending. There is no illusion masking her words, no trickery. She is speaking her truth. Shit. But perhaps there remains a narrow path for you to walk. Of course, the scratching on the walls. This was what it was for. Keegan, no, you don't know what you don't have to know how to speak it. The thought of it brings the sound to your lips. The name forcing its way out, yearning to be free from your mind and used as the dagger it is. The dagger tears into her. Everything that is not her pours out of the delicate tapestry of her existence. The parts she arranged so neatly scattering, their voices filling the dream around you, confusion as her careful order is upended. A single dangling thread comes into focus. Keegan, wait. You can't see how this will benefit you because you don't understand the danger you're in. Your enemies have made sure you can't, not until it's too late. I am the only one who wants to see you walk through. Why would you? But I understand why you wouldn't trust me. Of course I do. I've had to weave my own little lies as part of this ridiculous game. Please know that I'm not lying now. But even if you don't believe a word I've said about your own safety, I'll give you something else too, something you need. As you are now, you're limited in your potential. There is so much more you could be. I could give that to you. Consider it a wish granted. I only need to finish what I started. If you want me to trust you, then give me what you're promising now. Show me you can. I can't. It requires a strength I don't currently possess. If you want what I've offered, you will just have to trust me. I'm doing this for everyone, remember that. Pull the thread. You ignore her offer. You grab the thread and pull. The delicate tapestry is unwoven, the witch's careful work torn open, if only momentarily, as her daughter's hands are finally unbound enough to grab for their mother. Their cries are a song, calling out as they drag her down into the depths of their mass, craving her warmth, her attention, her love, as it has been so long since she held them. The tapestry weaves itself shut around her. The cries go quiet, very quiet, sated. What should I do? The witch is gone. Kanika catches her breath in the space once occupied by her sisters. Now she stands alone. Though she isn't really alone, not anymore, and she never will be. She wears the weave of all those generations of power. Someone has to. Fuck. What did you do to me? Was that really you earlier, or was that her talking through you? No, that was me. I said those things and I meant them. I really, really believed it. I still do. Oh, fuck. I think I gave you her power. But I don't know how to use it. She never taught me anything or told me anything. Magic wasn't supposed to be real. Will I have to do what she was going to do? How do I even know what that is? How do I save the town if I don't even know what's wrong with it? God, this is so much pressure. I never asked for this. I don't think I can handle it. We can figure this out together. That's what we've been doing all week, remember? You're right. We can figure this out. You made it all the way here and did whatever it is you just did. Nothing was too much for us to handle. She takes a deep breath, collecting herself. We'll just take it one step at a time. First step, figure out how to get out of here. It's weird. Everything felt slippery before, like I couldn't hold on to anything, but now it's like I can see how it's all put together and where all the seams are. So if I just... You don't see whatever it is she was doing. The world around you goes dark. You're moving like a current's carrying you somewhere, buoying you upwards, your body ascending rapidly until finally you surface. Oh, please tell me I made the right decision. You're outside. It's raining. You have no idea where you are. Tulip? Janie? This is the end of episode 5! Why was it so short? What do you mean? No. I'm already in the Discord. No! Why was it so short? I have to wait. Do I have to wait another year? usually there's chapters. There was chapters in all the other ones. It was like one episode and then there would be like 4 chapters in each episode. This was just, what do you mean? No. Oh. Oh my god. No. Fuck. Oh my god. What do you... I'm going to the Discord. What the fuck, guys? What the fuck? What do you fucking mean? What do you mean? When does the rest of Scarlet Hollow release? What do you mean? So episode 5 was only released this year in February. The remaining 2 episodes, 6 and 7, are planned for future release. It took them over a year. I mean, I know it's all hand drawn and everything, I get that, but like, it was so short. Oh, come on now. What do you mean? What do you mean? The remaining 2 chapters released together in the future. But when? But when? 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 Oh. I don't know when the next one is being released. Right. I don't. There's a timer. They added a timer for the basement. Oh my god, are you telling me toward late 2027 or 2028? Are you fucking with me right now? As according to Google. Oh my god! Okay, well, that was episode 5 of Scarlet Hollow. I will say it was good. I was thrown for a fucking loop with the pumpkin baby. I don't know what that was, really random as fuck. Like, genuinely have no idea what the fuck. It was so much shorter than the other episodes, which kind of sucks because we've been waiting for like, I mean, I finished episode 4 in what, 2024? If I look at my saves, August 2024. and we were still waiting for episode 5 to come out in 2024, and then it was released in February 2026. And I know it's all hand drawn and it's absolutely gorgeous, but it was so much shorter than the other episodes. I don't know what my decisions. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait for the last 2 episodes. That was episode 5 of Scarlet Hollow. You can go and play episode 1 for free now. You can get it on Steam or itch.io, and you can get it on... I think you can get it directly from Black Cat. Is it Black Tabby Games? The team paused to finish Slay the Princess. Now they're working full-time on Scarlet Hollow and have secured funding. Development is expected to be more focused. Yeah, I've got Slay the Princess, the Pristine Edition. I need to redo that. I need to replay that. But looks like we're waiting a year at least for the next episodes to drop. But that was so short compared to the other episodes. So it's a brilliant game. I would say go and play it. But also, like, if you want a resolution, maybe wait until it's fully released. But episode 1 is out now. You can play it for free. I would probably say that's my least favourite chapter so far. Least favourite episode so far. Because it was so short. And there were so many characters that we just didn't get to see. And usually, like, in the other episodes, you've been able to, like, go and check in on everyone and, like, see how everything's going. Like, we don't know what's happened with Reese. I don't know. But yeah, there we go. That was episode 5 of Scarlet Hollow. I guess we'll play the next one when it's released in 2027 or 2028. Whenever the hell it gets dropped. I'm in their Discord, so I'm keeping an eye on it. But oh my god, I waited so long. But thank you for joining me on this one. If you want to come and watch me stream these games live, you can come and follow me over on Twitch. And if you're watching on Twitch, you can go and rewatch this over on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.